Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Sagittarius March 21, 2022. With the moon's north node in your sign until mid-2023, you're encouraged to explore and develop your independence. The coming 18 months is a period of confidence building and expressing yourself in new, exciting, and positive ways. Some of the greatest joys and challenges come from discovering your personal courage. You are learning to overcome any existing fears of trusting your instincts or going it alone, and it's a wonderfully empowering process. Today is strong for communicating in warm, positive ways. You'll get the chance to show others, and yourself, that you can take charge and handle things maturely. Friendly, positive communications are pleasing but can also come in handy. There can be information about courses and opportunities of benefit to you. Luna continues to wander through transformative Scorpio and your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, bringing focus to your one-on-one connections as well as you and your lover's ability to compromise. Have you been secretly obsessing over someone? Perhaps it's a love interest you prefer to keep to yourself. Whatever the case may be, Luna's trine to lucky Jupiter via your 11th house of associations, community, and sense of belonging in the world encourages you to step outside of your comfort zone and perhaps explore the options that are being presented to you. Be open to professional redirection. When Mercury retrograde in Capricorn trines the North Node in Taurus, there could be a fated happenstance that changes your professional drive. Maybe something comes up in conversation with a colleague that takes you by surprise in a classically Mercury retrograde manner. But the more you sit on it, the more it begins to shape your perception of what you could do in your career. The trine could lead you to value a new path or educational course, which may be different from what you are used to. Just 2 days after Mars not only left your financial sector but ended all planetary activity on the financial front, the moon returns with a chance to check in. The moon began the year here and comes full circle in time to capture some of Mars' financial passions and fighting spirit. Over the next few days, the moon will fuel your financial instincts and imagination just as you are tying up the loose ends of your financial resolutions for the coming year. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. Half of you wants to beat the crowds and get out of the house right now. The other half of you wants to crawl back into bed. What are you going to do? Split yourself down the middle? That's impossible. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. Walking can be a great exercise for you now because it gives you time to slow down and concentrate on yourself. You may need to think certain issues over and clear up excess mental clutter, not to mention free-floating anxieties. Walking, or long runs if you are an accomplished runner already, is a spiritual as well as a physical exercise and is highly recommended right now. If you are involved in a partnership in your career, take some time to go over the books on this day. Staying connected with the ins and outs of the financial affairs is very important to any business. This is a great day to look for ways to improve budgeting and spending. Further, you may be able to recognize areas where more money could be made and brought into the business. Be sure to discuss any creative ideas you have with your partner. Your tarot reading for today. The Hermit, the Star, and Strength. This is a time when you have a project in mind that seems to you to be very difficult to accomplish. It's a goal that you set yourself some time ago, but which now seems quite unrealistic. Over the years, you've distanced yourself from this goal and now it's nothing more than a distant memory. However, you have repeatedly had the opportunity to move towards this goal and fulfill this unfulfilled dream. The 3 cards you have chosen show that all is not lost in April 2022. In fact, you might well tip the odds in your favor and use your potential to reach your goals. For this you'll have the support of your loved ones. These are the people you can fully trust and who support you in all circumstances. It is often said that a project is possible as soon as it is accepted. Today's cards show that you need to accept the goals you are given in order to move forward in your life plan. However, you will encounter organizational difficulties. While it is true that you have the necessary qualities to carry out your project, there is a person around you who is discouraging you from acting. They have an old grudge with you and it reappears when it comes to talking about your future. By their actions and way of thinking, this person discourages you when you have an idea, and sometimes even proves harmful for you. The cards invite you to step back from that person so you can progress beyond what they are feeling. You must be empathetic and keep that trust which opens doors for you today. Our eyes in the sky. You might also feel like your money is restricted and you're unable to spend what you want to due to financial constraints that are controlling and obstructing your life. Starting a savings plan will allow you to grow your finances into the future. It's time to put your pennies away for a rainy day because that rainy day could come sooner than you think. It will also give you some cash so you can buy a few treats on a whim without worrying so much about the price. You might be ignoring your goals and spending more than you're saving. Try to stick to your budget, and don't let your emotions lure you into spending more than you have or maxing out your credit cards. Abortive energy from healing asteroid Chiron is with you this afternoon, encouraging you to put yourself first and step into a leadership role. Your communication skills and mental clarity could take a small hit, and the moon forms an unbalanced aspect to Mercury later in the afternoon. If you've been working hard all day, now would be a good time to take a break and indulge in a healthy snack. As evening falls, you'll likely be in the mood for adventure and socialization. If you can swing it, try to make some plans to meet your best pals for dinner, and be sure to try out a place you've never been to before. We might realize that despite planning and study, we are fundamentally off the mark in some area, which necessitates reviewing our habits or beliefs. Embarrassment can prompt us to hide from the issue, filling up our time with tasks or distracting ourselves with unhealthy vices. Life itself is a learning curve, so be gentle with yourself. Admitting that we don't know everything is important. If we had all the answers, there would be nothing left to discover, and life would quickly lose its luster. This auspicious transit encourages us to embrace risk-taking and keep an open mind and encountering new information, polarizing ideologies, or unusual beliefs. Trusting our intuition and following synchronistic breadcrumb trails increases the likelihood that we will collide with serendipity. This is an ideal influence to make investments or accept a travel or educational opportunity. We might take up new hobbies or adopt a spiritual or philanthropic practice that affords greater community engagement. New people who enter our lives now will revolutionize how we participate in life's cosmic game.